Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Melissa. If you're new here, this is Luna. I thought I would do something new for my channel. I want to do a series each month to kind of fill you guys in and update you on my plants and how they're doing. I know some of you may not have Instagram. I feel like I'm always updating my Instagram and doing plant updates in my stories, but I want to start doing this for YouTube as well. So it's just going to be a relaxing, chilled video. I'm actually going to take you kind of vlog style throughout my plant room and just kind of show you how my plants are doing and the state of some of them. And yeah, I just think it would make for a fun video. And if there's a plant that I didn't show or didn't talk about and you're curious about it, let me know and I'll make sure to include that for the next video. And she's going to lay on me now and not let me get up and move with my camera. If you like these videos, let me know. Give this a thumbs up for me and I'll definitely do more. I feel like I want to keep this up every month. And if I don't get to one, maybe every month and maybe every other month, but I definitely want to make this a series on my channel and then save this under a separate playlist. So I'm excited. So I don't know where I want to start, but I'm going to flip this camera around and just take you around and show you some updates. Let me start with my moss poles first. They're right here and they're honestly my favorite thing to look at when I come into my plant room. So you guys know I enter through that way. I put a tree up in here for Christmas and I put some like green lights that you can maybe see. I just thought it, gave a nice little touch. But yeah, let's start with my poles. You guys know my marble queen. I showed this in another video, so I don't know which video that you guys will see first. So if you see this video first, this is the update on her. This is the newest leaf that hadn't unfurled since I chopped her. And she's doing amazing. She has new roots that have started growing and attaching. I don't have any leaf loss on her, so I'm hoping she continues to climb and do well for me. Honestly, seriously, such a beautiful plant. Like, you cannot beat these leaves on a marble queen. Like, look at that. So beautiful. Oops, I got her squished. This is the Adansonii I have done on my channel, and this is the latest leaf. Look at how big that is. See how many splits she has? And then she has another one up there. She's actually going to reach the top of that pretty soon. I think her air roots are right here, so she still has a good ways to climb actually before I would have to chop again. So these two are on plastic. Well, I'm working on getting them off plastic. So the bottom part of both of these is still plastic, and then I'm going to slowly work on getting them onto wire. But this one is doing well, growing very well and sizing up nicely. Those leaves are just gorgeous. I have a neon slowly growing back there, and my splendid is working on another new leaf there. And that's the latest leaf. And my Cebu blue is kind of slowly growing. It's not growing as fast as I had hoped being on a pole. I honestly can't wait for the leaves to size up, so she is definitely taking her sweet time. I'm gonna be so excited to see split leaves once I get those on this plant. My Micans is doing amazing. I keep trying to bend the vines down, but they keep, winding their way back up. This plant will not grow down for me, no matter how much I try. But yes, Mican leaves are beautiful. Like, look at those. My Monsteras siltepecana is doing amazing. And I still don't have a split leaf yet. I'm hoping, I keep crossing my fingers. I have several vines that are growing and catching up, but she is officially my tallest pole. I thought for sure I would have a fenestration by now, but it's okay. I keep, hoping I'm gonna get one every new leaf that comes out. And I have my epipremnum in front. I have my glorious back there. This is the variegated Adansonii. I'm gonna have to extend this one soon. This is one of the other imports I did. And I have another Micans back there, those larger cuts that I took. My Majestic hasn't done anything yet. It's still on the pole. It still hasn't pushed a new growth yet. So yeah, that one is just taking its sweet time for some reason. It just does not want to push anything out. This Jessiana is starting to climb a little bit. Those leaves are going to be gorgeous. And this is one of my favorite leaves recently, this Esqueleto leaf. This is the newest one that it gave me since the import. So beautiful. And my Campus Fortuanum, I don't really show that much. This is the newest leaf that's still hardening, but it's starting to get those cute little bunny ears. How cute is that? My Syngonium albo, I need to extend. Like yesterday, I already have a node not growing into anything, so I need to plop an extension on that. This is my Monstera Stanleyana albo. It is growing very well on the Thiccly Pole. And my Heartleaf Philodendron, this one I'm going to take down, my Rhaphidophora Hoya. I have a variegated heartleaf climbing up on a Thiccly Pole. And this is the Maranta that I rescued on my channel. The one that was really long. I have a video I did where I chopped it and kind of repotted it, and it's growing in nicely. All my other lemon limes are out of my plant room. But yes, they are all doing amazing. I just watered everyone last night, so my poles are super hydrated. And I honestly can't wait for the growth I'm gonna get, especially next season. I can't wait to like chop these ones again. I think these two are my favorite poles because they just have grown the best for me. But I can't wait for my other ones to catch up. I honestly love moss poles so much. And here's another look at them all. But if you guys have any moss pole questions, you know, let me know. I do have a playlist on moss poles. They are a lot of work, but honestly, they bring me so much joy and they're my favorite thing about plants and coming in here. So I just love them. I don't know how they're gonna do over the winter season, but so far they really haven't seemed affected by anything, and it's still really bright and warm in here when the sun is out. You can just see the sun beaming in on them right now, which they do appreciate. So yes, I just love them so much. And then moving over to this shelf, I'm trying to see who I talked about. This is my Monstera Aria. This is the new leaf after the repot. It is working on unfurling. I think it might be just a tiny bit bigger just because of the repot, but it seems to be doing well. It's pushing new aerial roots. I did end up chopping the stake. It was a little bit too tall, and I cut a couple aerial roots off, which, you know, it doesn't seem to mind. But it's doing well. It's getting all this light in front of this window here. All my Monsteras honestly just soak it in so much. And my Monstera Tycon put out a new leaf recently. It is gorgeous. I don't know if I told you guys this. I know I told my Instagram, but my Monstera Esqueleto, my cat chewed. Look at that, that's all that's left. It does have a new growth point, finally, a new leaf coming in. But my cats don't normally chew my plants, and I'm really sad because, you know, this plant, I grew it to be beautiful from what it was, and they have been trying to jump up here lately because of the sun, and it's so warm in here. You can see a couple of them in here now. So they've been sneaking up here. They've been jumping up here and laying in this area by this window. And I guess one day he decided to go to town on my Monstera obliqua. So I'm very sad about that. I don't know if I said this was, I might have said this was a Monstera Esqueleto, but it's my Monstera obliqua that he ate. So hopefully it'll grow back okay and not stress too much. My Frydek is doing amazing. It's working on another new leaf here. This was the latest leaf. Look how big it is, you guys. This is my hand. This leaf is amazing, and it just loves this spot over here by the window. It gets a little bit of sun when the sun shines in, like how these plants here do, but it's doing so well, and I just love it so much. My hanging baskets, not really anything new. I have lots of blooms on my Hoya Burtonay right here. And I also have lots of blooms on my Hoya Sunrise again. You can see them. And ooh, let me show you my serpents. So you guys remember my serpents that had the fungal infection? Well, look at here. There is a new growth finally coming out. Isn't that beautiful? I can't wait to see the leaf unfurl. I love the fuzzy petiole on that. So yeah, the new leaf is yellowing a bit. Well, the oldest leaf, so it'll probably go at some point, but once it pushes out this leaf, it'll probably continue to yellow, but I'm not going to cut it off or anything. But I do have a new growth point finally, which I'm really excited about. All of my string of plants are doing amazing. My turtles is growing so long. My pearls over here, you can see the sun shining in on them. And my string of hearts is doing okay. It lost a couple strands, but it is working on growing since I added all those props in. And my variegated one is doing well too. I still need to repot that one day. So I got this little snow globe at Target in the dollar section. And this is one of my variegated Frydeks, one of the corms. And look, you guys, look at how cute that is. I mean, isn't that adorable? Right? It's so cute. So it's a temporary home. I'm not going to leave him in here because this cup is too tall for this container and I don't want this thing to squish, but I figured I'm going to leave it in here until it grows probably one more leaf and then I'll take it out. My Pilea is doing amazing. And all these Alocasias are just bonkers. So this entire row is Alocasia minus my Gloriosum. My Gloriosum is working on a new leaf here and it's doing really well since having thrips. It's actually almost reaching the edge of the pot. So probably after this leaf, after it pushes one or two more, I'll probably have to repot it soon. I'm gonna get a long pot for it. My Silver Dragon's doing well. This is my Black Velvet. You guys remember I said I had trouble with this one. It gave me a new leaf and all the little babies that I've added in, all the baby corms are doing well. So it actually looks like it's filling out some, which makes me happy. My Capria is doing amazing. Look at those leaves. It is working on another new growth here. On that one you can see, there we go. I have a Polly that is doing well, lots of growth in there. I have a Silver Dragon, and then this is my Maharani. My Maharani has just grown so much lately. This is a new leaf here that it just unfurled. So it has like 4 big leaves, and these are some of the, this is one of the original leaves still left. But yeah, so much growth on that one. A lot of the plants on this bottom row are getting so big, I'm probably gonna have to move them soon because I feel like they're getting too tall for this space. I have Calathea and Marantas. I need to repot that one. My beautiful Silver Band and my Stromanthe. So everyone seems to be doing really, really well over here. I'm just so happy with everyone. All of my beautiful Monsteras. I need to repot a couple of them, so I'll probably get to that at some point. I don't know if I'll wait till spring or not, but yes, I love them so much. This corner, my Monstera deliciosa, this is one of them, put out a big leaf recently. It had less fenestrations, but ever since I moved it under its own separate grow light, it actually popped that out after that, so it definitely appreciates the light. I have one Ficus teneki doing well. My Orbifolia is still giving me some wonky growth since it had thrips, but for the most part, it's doing well. I have another Calathea, Maranta, and then my Brazil on the wall is slowly starting to push new growth. You guys know I made this my Scindapsus shelf, and they're all doing well. My new import one, the Platinum, is still very slow to grow, but it's pushed out a couple leaves. My Trubii Moonlight is getting long again. I do have some props back there. I do want to chop my Silver Lady because it's given me this long runner, so I'll probably do that at some point. This Jade Satin is one of my favorites. I just love those leaves on that. It's so pretty. I have an Exotica here and kind of hidden down in there under the Orbifolia. And then I have a combo pot on top, one that's long and trailing. But I don't have an extra light for this corner, but so far it seems to be getting enough from a little bit from that light and then from the window. So I think it's fine. They seem to be growing well, so I don't think I'm going to add any more additional light here. Moving on to the shelf. This is the shelf of plants that I just don't have room for anywhere else. So I don't know, eventually I want to do something else with this shelf. I like that I can take, you know, shelves apart, like these 2 compartments are nice, but again, it just doesn't leave me with a lot of plant room. So here's my Sorderoy. You guys know that's one of my newest purchases. It's doing amazing. That's the newest leaf. And it hasn't done anything else yet. It does have a little growth point there, but it hasn't grown anymore since. Look at that cute little Florida ghost. Those little minty ghost leaves. Ugh, I love this plant. My El Choco has a new leaf. Isn't that beautiful? This is the 5th leaf on it. I need to repot it. It's been a year since I repotted it last, so I'll probably wait till spring because it doesn't seem stressed or anything. But that leaf is gorgeous. You guys know my Pink Princess. Here it has stunning genetics. I love this one. This is the newest leaf. So pretty. This is a new plant purchase I haven't talked about yet, but you guys will see that soon. Here's my variegated Friedeck. Leaves are gorgeous on it. That's the newest one. I do have a bit of discoloration. This leaf I think is going to go. I think it's still trying to adjust to being in soil. So it's hanging in there. It obviously hasn't fully acclimated to my space yet and, you know, just being in soil, but for the most part, I think it's doing well. And let's see, look at my big regal shield, you guys. I can't tell you how big this plant is. It doesn't appear that large, but it is very big. I have an Anthurium back there in the corner, Syngoniums, all of my Florida Beauties that I cut. I get asked about this plant a lot and what happened with all the props. I have 2 more props that aren't in here, but this is like the bottom cut. I have 2 mid cuts in here. So far everything has been green, nothing has come variegated, which makes me sad. The one that I got from Root Greenhouse right here, it did give me a variegated leaf. Isn't that beautiful? And the next leaf after that was all green. So I'm dealing with a reversion possibly on this plant as well, which sucks. Hopefully the next leaf isn't green because I don't want to have a second beauty that is reverting, but it's okay. I have high hopes for it. I have high hopes that it'll continue to give me variegation. I have my Billietiae here, which hasn't done much this summer. I have a begonia back there. This is my variegated Micans. You guys may recognize this. So the halo one, it's doing well on the pole. I'll have to extend it soon. So I have 2 strands going up on that one. I have some Syngonium props. I have an Aria here. This is all Syngonium here. I don't really show my Syngoniums that much. My Monstera Peru I completely chop back. So I have some cuttings that are propagating that I will repot and add those back into the main pot. You guys know my Mamie. This is the growth that I have coming back. And then that one had a small leaf, and then I have a growth point coming in on that one. But so far this one's doing the best. I have a global green on a thickly pole. The leaves are getting a little bit bigger, but I need to extend this one soon too. I will be very curious to see how the leaves turn out on that. I have a couple more thickly poles over here. This is a Mandula and then a silver stripe. They are doing well. And then I have Hoyas over here. I have a couple Hoya, and then this whole row is Hoya as well as this is Hoya. My Carrii Splash is growing for me, those cute little baby heart leaves. My Australis Lisa, this is probably one of my favorite Hoyas recently because these leaves are growing in so nice for me and it's doing well. It's still in a tiny pot. I need to repot it at some point. My Macrophylla is doing well. This is one of the newer leaves. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And my Abovada here, I still haven't repotted and I need to repot that soon too, but it's growing nicely. My variegated Hindu robe here. That pink is so pretty. I put my Philodendron mayoi here in the back and it doesn't get nearly enough light, so I may move it at some point, but for now I'm kind of keeping it back there because I don't really have a spot for it. This Silver Sword top cut is still yellowing a bit, but it came down with spider mite, so I have it kind of isolated here in the back. And I put some beneficials on it, but I might just take it and spray it off with Azamax. Calathea medallion is doing well. This is the bigger one that I had purchased. It did come down with something here, these kind of like rust spots. I don't know if it's fungal or if it's a pest or some kind of pest issue. I'm not sure. I have beneficials on it and I did spray it once prior to using beneficials, like a couple weeks before. So I don't know if that took care of the problem or not. I might end up respraying down the road, but so far it seems to be doing okay and it doesn't seem to be getting worse. And then we have my cabinet to go through and everything. I have my Jessiana pothos and then my neon one kind of together trailing down to make room for that Christmas tree. And let me open her up. I do want to rearrange this one day for a video. So my plan is what I'm thinking. So I have 3 Anthuriums up top, a Forgetii, a Crystallinum, and this is my Magnificum and Crystallinum hybrid. And they're just squished. Those are my 3 biggest ones. And I would like to separate them a little bit and give them more room. I'm thinking about getting rid of one shelf in here and doing like 2 big sections, like a section here and a section here, which wouldn't leave me with much room for plants at all. it would literally just be anthuriums. So I'm gonna have to probably take all these props out eventually. But yeah, that is a project for another day. Look at this clary leaf, isn't that beautiful? I have lots of inflows coming in. My Warocqueanum is doing well. This is my Melanochrysum that I got from Root Greenhouse. It is doing well on a pole. My Varicosum is finally growing in a little bit more. I have struggled with this plant. I have it on a Thiccly Pole. And all these guys are props pretty much. This is my variegated Adansonii. Look at all those white leaves, you guys. This plant will not stop giving me white leaves. That's why it's taking forever to grow. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong. It is very beautiful, but the white leaves cannot sustain itself. All these Alocasia props, look at them all. I have these all in Fluval Stratum, which I just love Fluval, you guys. Things root so well in Fluval. Look at this baby Frydek. Isn't that cute? Do you see the roots on that? It is just adorable. So all these Alocasias are doing amazing. And I have some oblique nodes in there. This is a Burl Marks Fantasy. This is my other variegated Frydek. It popped out an all green leaf and I let it get too dry so it's a little bit yellow. But I'm hoping it'll still like grow a variegated leaf out of there. And that's the new import one, Anthurium. These are my other Milano props, which I'm making a separate video on. So yeah, this is where I have all of my like Alocasia props for now, which I kind of like because the shelf isn't very big, so I can't have any tall plants because it'd make them too tall and then they'd hit their grow light. And this shelf can fit one of these Thiccly Poles nicely. But again, I just feel like I'm going to probably get rid of this entire shelf and then make this just an Anthurium cabinet, but we'll see. Because I have some other plants that I want to keep in here. Like I want to keep my Varicosum in here and I want to keep this guy in here. So I haven't decided. I'm thinking about it. I just haven't decided yet what my plan is long term. And you guys have seen my prop box recently. I actually need to pop open the lid for a little bit today. I did add a few more things in here that were in my cabinet, but everything's doing well so far. I've been trying to keep the lid off a little bit, just letting it air out some. So I'll probably do that. I'm just gonna put the lid up like that and leave it cracked. And it'll kind of flow and get some air in there. So that is it as far as the updates go in my plant room. I'm gonna quickly show you the plants in my dining area because I think there are a few plants out there that I'll show you. And the other plants that are in my bedroom and my bathroom are just some like Maranta and Calathea, so there's not really a whole lot to update you on those, but I'll take you out there real quick. So everyone over here is doing great. You guys saw my ZZ plant recently. I gave it a good water the other day and it's doing well so far. I have a little snake plant prop. My big Crimson Princess is doing well out here. A lot of these plants I had outside, my snake plants, my long Micans is doing well. And I have a couple Monsteras that are doing well over here. This one put out 2 new leaves recently. Aren't they gorgeous? Those new leaves. So pretty. And I have a big fluffy Maranta down there. These are the bottom cuts of my pole. They're doing well. I have a Monstera propagating in some water. And I have a staghorn fern that's doing well. It has like its own little basil frond. I did that on my channel a long time ago. So this little corner is doing well. I have one grow light and the rest of the light is coming from the window. I don't think I'll add any more light, although these plants don't really get as much as I would like, but I think it'll be okay until spring. I think they will do fine and get by until I can rearrange and do some stuff for spring. These few plants in here are doing well. My big Tenanthe, and I have some Maranta in here and that golden pothos I cut not too long ago. But yes, they don't get as much light in here because it's north light. I do have a grow light that didn't come on that I need to cut on. This Maranta is doing well. And in the bathroom here, I have some more Maranta and a Calathea and another golden pothos. They are doing well in here so far. So I have a lot of Hoya baskets up here that get a little bit of sun and they're doing okay. And then I have a couple more plants up here that are doing okay. And I'll probably add some more light or do something with this spot eventually. But thank you guys so much for watching this update. I wasn't sure how to do this video because I haven't done one of these, so let me know what you like seeing for these videos. Maybe next time I'll include maybe like some plant care. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of give you an update, you know, overall since I've rearranged in here and got everyone situated sort of for winter. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.